We don't have hair in our family. In our family, we don't grow long hair. I have bad hair. I have bad genes. But what if I told you genetics is not the reason why you're struggling with growing a long and healthy natural hair? Today's video, I'm going to be sharing the reasons why you're struggling with length retention, and most importantly, share some of the things that you can do to change that. If that is what you're interested in, let's dive right into the video. Hi, I'm Essie, and today you're welcome to my channel. This whole genetic thing has always been in play. When you watch videos online and you see someone showing their long natural hair, showing how long it took them to grow their hair, most of the comments you see is it's because you have good hair. It's genetics. So I have never seen people downplay people's effort in videos where maybe the hair is short but still healthy. It's always in videos where there is long hair. So everybody with long hair literally has fast hair growth, or they have good genes. Is that what this whole thing is about? It's sad that whenever you share your hair journey, people downplay your whole efforts to genetics. What about my hair care routine? What about the effort I've been putting into growing my natural hair? If you want to fall under the category of people who they associate their hair growth with genetics, then listen to what I have to share in today's video. I feel like the whole genetic thing is an excuse, because most of the time, if you look into it, your hair care routine is not really nice. Today I'll be sharing with you that genetics is just a piece of that equation when it comes to growing long natural hair. Kindly listen to the tips I'm going to share in this video, because this is something I've done. How many times I've cut my natural hair, and I'm able to grow my natural hair just by implementing these in my routine. The first and most important is to reduce manipulation. You must have seen this, you must have heard this many times. So why have you not implemented it in your hair care routine? I recently cut my hair in August, and this is how much my hair has grown just from August till December. You can see that I am retaining length. Are you going to say it's genetics that is playing this whole thing? Actually, my hair grows the average of half an inch in a month. This is like the most average hair growth. For me to not be misconstrued about this whole thing, genetics does play a role when it comes to growing hair, when it comes to growth, when it comes to literally everything that pertains to us as humans. Genetics plays a role when it comes to how fast your hair grows. Yes, there is no denying. How fast your hair grows, genetics is going to determine that, and how long your hair stays in the anagen phase. But without proper hair care routine, without caring for your hair, genetics has no say. A person that has that fast hair growth, if they do not care for their hair, there is no way they're going to retain length. So genetics does not determine how long your hair gets, but it actually does play a role. So what if we stop the whole excuses of genetics this, genetics that, and just start taking proper care of your natural hair? Literally every video sharing how to grow your natural hair is telling you to reduce manipulation. This is the only secret you need. You don't need any hair growth oil. You don't need any secret product or anything. The secret to growing a long and healthy natural hair is to reduce how often you are touching your hair. A hair that is frequently manipulated, you're always touching it, you're always styling it, you're just changing styles frequently, being aggressive with the way you handle your natural hair, this is manipulation, or this is over manipulation. Because manipulation is a normal thing. When you wash your hair, you're manipulating it. When you try to style your hair, you're manipulating it. But over manipulation is when you do those things constantly. For instance, I have this bantu knot, and before 2 days, I'm taking it out and I'm installing something else. I'm probably putting on the cornrows, I'm putting in mini twists, I'm putting in braids. And after some days, I'm taking down the mini twists and the mini braids, and I'm combing my hair out. My scalp, in fact, you would even feel it from your scalp, because your scalp has not had the time to rest. When you reduce manipulation, your hair has time. You're more focused on retaining length than being focused on repairing damage and breakage all the time. Breakage is usually the end result for a bad hair care routine. What over manipulation does to your hair is to increase breakage. And I've said this many times. The more your hair keeps breaking, there is no length to retain. The thing with hair growth is our hair grows naturally. Nothing grows. In fact, when I say hair growth, just see it as a natural thing that without putting too much effort, your hair would grow. So far, you don't have any underlying illness, you're not under some medication that might lead or push your hair to the resting phase. You're not under some sort of diet, or just probably chemotherapy and all that. You're not having all these issues, or you're not battling with alopecia. If you're not battling with all these things I just mentioned, I don't think you'd have any problem with hair growth. Your hair would definitely grow. It's just left for you to put in the effort. If you keep manipulating your hair, you're always doing lots of things to your hair every single time, this will lead your hair to break. And the more it keeps breaking, the shorter it gets. A hair that breaks can never grow longer. When your hair is always breaking, you're not having anything to preserve. For instance, you're being paid $50 every month at work, and immediately you get paid $50, you spend it. When you're paid your $50, you spend it. You're not saving anything. You're not even saving at least $30 out of the 50. You're not saving $10 out of, there is nothing to show that you're being paid $50 monthly. It's the same thing with hair growth. Our hair grows half an inch. It's so small, half an inch in a month, and on an average our hair grows half an inch in a month, and you're not able to even retain, even if it's quarter of that, you're not able to retain half of that inch. You're not able to retain just that half an inch in a month. You keep struggling with length retention. In 1 year, you should be having at least 4 to 6 inches. So if you're not able to retain that much, it means that you're doing something wrong with your hair. And if you keep taking down protective styles and you see lots of hair when you comb your hair out, your hair is always breaking, you see short strands everywhere, that is a sign that you're doing something or you are over manipulating your natural hair. Your hair needs rest. And I know that I always say that for you to understand your natural hair, you need to wear your hair out more. Yes, wearing your hair out more plays a role to understand your natural hair and to just know what your hair wants. So if you want to grow a long and if you're just starting your natural hair journey and you want to grow your hair, I would say you should focus on these key points. 1, knowing your hair's density, knowing your hair type, knowing the width or the perimeter, the size of your strands. Because the way a person with very thick hair handles their hair is not the way you with fine strands should handle your hair. A person with thick strands, their hair can withstand lots of things. Their hair can withstand lots of manipulation compared to you with fine strands. Fine strands are more susceptible to breakage. So if I'm always combing my hair and I'm always doing lots of things to it and there is little to no damage, and you with fine strands, you want to do the same, within weeks, you start noticing that your hair is breaking or your hair is falling out. So it's important to understand your natural hair before anything and creating a healthy hair routine. We're going to come to that. So if you want to grow a healthy, long, natural hair, reduce manipulation. And the way to reduce manipulation is to wear more protective style. And you guys know. When I mean wear protective style, I'm always talking about wearing styles mostly done with your natural hair. The reason is you can easily assess your scalp, you can easily assess your hair and re-moisturize it. You can still style it. You still have the time to even understand your hair a bit. The thing about wearing protective styles with extension is you might not really understand your natural hair. It's almost the same thing as wearing wigs all the time. And you know, these extensions, they weigh our hair down. Yes, I've been wearing extensions for some time, but I'll always say it. Most of the time, my hair is usually in mini twist, mini braids. That was how I was able to grow my hair. And that is what I'm still doing. So wearing more protective styles, and I would always advise you to go for mini twist, mini braids, or cornrows. These are like the 3 best hairstyles, you know, like the best traditional hairstyles to grow your hair with. But if you're not a fan of styles like that or you're tender-headed, you can go for low manipulation hairstyle. But the problem is if you've not understood how to retain length, you might struggle with low manipulation hairstyles because with low manipulation hairstyles, your hair is still open and you would want to manipulate it. And if you struggle with hands in hair syndrome, I would say go for protective styles like mini twist, mini braids, and cornrows. They would help you retain length. When your hair is in these styles, you're not stressing your hair, you're not manipulating your hair, you're not doing a lot of things all at once on your natural hair. It gives your hair the ability to rest and for that growth to be preserved. Because when you manipulate your hair, you're losing your monthly growth. Like the growth you're supposed to get, like the half an inch you're supposed to get this month, as a result of manipulation, your hair is going to break and you're losing that half an inch. So the more your hair is breaking, there is no length to retain. The only secret to growing a long and healthy natural hair is to wear more protective styles and reduce manipulating your hair. Manipulation is just not changing hairstyles. If you're combing your hair aggressively, you're combing your hair so roughly, you're handling your hair in the most aggressive way ever, you're always using heat in your hair, you're always doing this. In fact, when you're just overdoing things with your natural hair, that is over manipulation. So it has to stop if you want to grow a long and healthy natural hair. Another thing you'd have to consider is to create a personalized, a customized hair care routine for yourself. We focus so much on products when it comes to growing long natural hair, but the truth is our natural hair does not really need so much. Products are there to help keep the hair healthy. I mean, you're using the best products out there and you're still manipulating your hair, you won't see any result. A regimen just encompasses your wash day routine, how you moisturize your hair, how often you moisturize your hair, just exactly the way you maintain your hair, the techniques you use when it comes to styling your natural hair. To have a hair care regimen, you need basic products, shampoos to cleanse your scalp, your deep conditioner to nourish your hair and your hair strands, your leave-in conditioner to add moisture back into your hair after washing your hair and to seal your hair's cuticle, and then maybe your hair oil or your hair butter or your hair grease to lock in that moisture. When it comes to your hair oils or your sealants, you just need very little of that. Moisture is very crucial when it comes to growing a long and healthy natural hair. You need lots of water in your hair. If you're able to retain water in your hair strands, your hair is going to stay moisturized and you might not even have trouble re-moisturizing your natural hair. So kindly get this basic product and tailor it down to your hair's needs. And that is when understanding your hair comes in. If I'm using hair grease in my hair and it works for me, it doesn't mean that hair grease will work for you. If you're using hair oil in your hair and it works for you, it doesn't mean it will work for me. So that is why it's important to listen to your hair. Whenever you're doing or using any new product in your hair, listen to your hair and how it reacts to the product. If your hair doesn't like it, you would know. So always make sure that you moisturize your hair because it is important. Without moisture, your hair is going to be dry and a dry hair will break. A dry hair will snap. When I say dry hair, it's a hair that doesn't have any form of hydration in it. Dry hair is not a hair that is oily. Do not apply oil, or do not just apply oil or grease on your hair and you call it moisture or you call it moisturized. Without water, there is no moisturized hair. Your hair needs water to be moisturized. So make sure that you're moisturizing your hair properly, and it goes, personally, this is how I do mine. Just apply my leave-in conditioner and then I seal it with grease. That is how I moisturize my own hair. Because by then I've already washed my hair and there is a lot of water present in my hair strands. I just need my liquid based leave-in conditioner and then I slap it, I seal the whole thing with my hair grease. And then I put it in maybe braids or twists. This is going to help retain moisture. The more our hair is clumped together, the more it retains moisture than when it's open in the wild, like when the whole strands are just like on their own. But when it's like in twists, in braids, that single twist, you're able to retain moisture in that single twist. And the more moisture you retain, the more you're able to retain length. Because the goal here is to retain length. So another thing you should put into consideration if you want to retain length is not to hold on to split ends. Many people will hold on to split ends. At the end of the day, when you decide to cut off the damage, you're cutting off a lot of hair because you kept holding on to split ends. Do not hold on to split ends. The moment you notice any form of split or any knots in your hair, kindly use your hair scissors and cut it off. There is no need holding on to it. I know it doesn't make sense that you're growing your hair out and you're cutting it, but the more you manipulate your hair, the more you would have to cut off split ends. And that is why reducing manipulation is going to help a lot, because if you reduce manipulation, you might just have to trim your hair twice in a year. But I personally go for dusting, because dusting, you just have to get rid of those tiny things in the hair. You don't really have to trim much. Unlike trim, which is the traditional, name for the whole thing, like an umbrella name, trim. Trimming is you're cutting more hair, but with dusting, you're just getting rid of just very little amount. But if you don't know how to do this, please do not do it yourself. I'm going to link a video for you to check out how I dust my hair. So make sure that you're not holding on to it, because the more you hold on to split ends, it's going to work its way through to the healthy strand, just damaging those strands. So get rid of split ends. When you have knots, do not snag. Just use your scissors and cut it off instead of like snagging. It's going to cause more split ends. It's going to cause thinning in your hair. And one of the ways to know that your hair is thinning is maybe when you twist your hair and the ends of the twist is looking extremely thin compared to the mid shaft and the one on your roots, it's becoming really thin. That is a sign that you need to cut off those split ends, and that could be a sign or the reason why you've not been able to retain length, because you might be experiencing breakage. One of the signs of split ends or thinning on the ends of your hair is breakage. Breakage is usually the end result for a bad hair care routine. If you're manipulating your hair, you would experience breakage. If there is not enough moisture in your hair, you would experience breakage. If you don't have the amount of protein that you need in your hair, you would experience breakage. So you need to balance all these things, understand your hair, and keep a balance of all of them. Another thing that you can add in your routine, which is optional but it's also good, is scalp massages. Scalp massage is very amazing as it helps with blood flow to the scalp. That is why today we have so much hair growth oils. Every hair product has hair growth oil to help you grow your hair, because that is what people are more focused on. hair growth, hair growth, hair growth. People are so focused on hair growth that it's taking away, like they are neglecting their actual strands, neglecting their actual hair, and just focused on the scalp massaging and everything. Yes, scalp massage can play a good role when it comes to encouraging hair growth, but scalp massage is not like the key to growing long natural hair. These things are different. These things are different. Growing long natural hair and growing your hair, like growing long natural hair is basically length retention, and growing your hair, they are different. You can grow your hair, but you might not be able to grow a long natural hair because you're not taking care of your actual strands. So scalp massage can help with blood circulation on the scalp and also help encourage hair growth. You know, the more blood that is being flown to your hair, the more nutrients and oxygen is sent to the strands, so it helps. But you also need to understand that the most important thing is reducing manipulation. Like, the best of all this tip I'm about to share is to eat right, and not just eating right, please stay hydrated. Water is very important. Without water, if you're dehydrated, you might fall. Not even you might. It can affect you in a lot of ways. And you know, once your body starts shutting down, it shows in your hair. If you're having issues with your body now, if you're having any problem with your body, it shows in your hair. It comes off as hair loss. So always take care of yourself. Eat food that are rich in protein, food that are high in protein. Eat your veggies, take your vitamins. You can get them from fruits. Get all those things and stay and eat healthy. I know that eating balanced diet is more expensive than eating junks. If you want to eat healthy now, you have to sacrifice a lot and you have to be financially capable of doing that. But eating right is going to help you in so many ways, not just hair related, your skin, you know, you just feel right in your body. You don't fall sick as much because you eat well and you're staying hydrated. So these are the things that you have to do if you want to grow a long natural hair. These are the things that I've been doing. I don't really eat right, I'm not gonna lie. But these are the things that you can implement in your routine that can help you grow your hair. This is what I've been doing. This is what I've been doing. Even in my ebook, I've said this many times. This is not new on this channel, that you can grow your natural hair just by not manipulating your hair. Even without product, and you just stop manipulating your hair will grow. But the only difference is it's going to be dry, because these products are there to provide your hair with nourishment. So that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye.